Hello, hello.
No.
How are you?
Oops.
Hi, Michelle. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Hi,
I
Christina.
know we may have a few more people joining us, but I am going to be posting this because I know a lot of people had other stuff because I kind of did it last minute. But I'm glad you guys all made it. Awesome. How is everybody today?
Good.
Good. Doing good.
Good, good. So before everybody gets here, let me ask you guys a couple of questions. What is it about what the title was about this call that you were like, okay, I really want to join this call? What was it that drew you here? Just so that I kind of know and I can make sure that I use those words or make sure that I facilitate in a way that you get what you need or what you wanted.
I just feel like, you show up for yourself every single day, and that's something that I want to incorporate in my life. And I want to feel good about myself every single day. And right now I'm in the first trimester of pregnancy and I don't feel good at all. So I really would like to at least be able to put on some clothes that are me, are my essence, are my Macy. Um, and be able, like when I pass the mirror, feel like I'm still the embodiment of me when when I don't feel good. So, and I love shoes and like everything that you've been posting, like I'm like,
It's
oh my
all
God,
about the shoes.
yes, it's all about the shoes and like having cute outfits. And like anytime I go to my closet, I just want to be able to put together something and just know that it's me and that I truly love it. And I feel like I'm probably like maybe 40% there, since doing the academy and everything. But I just feel like I definitely could hone in on some skills for sure.
Okay, awesome, awesome. What about you, Christina?
I think it was just, Michelle and style. So I wanted to just see what this is all about. I've been seeing you posting a lot about style and stuff like that. So that just intrigued me because you're always stylish. And so just kind of wanted to see what it was about.
Okay, awesome. And what about you, Kathy? What was it that drew you here?
Well, when Brandon again was talking about how stylish you are, I said, well, I could use some pointers. I have an older sister that is very stylish, so she's been changing my wardrobe over the past 4 years. So I just want to tweak it a little more.
Okay, all right. So just a little inspiration. Well, let's kind of jump in. I don't want to be waiting for anybody else because I want to honor your time. But so unlocking the keys to it, dressing and feeling feminine, right? So it definitely goes hand in hand. And I've got like a number of different points that I want to touch on, but really just to kind of back it all up and basically start at the very beginning, how you feel about yourself really has a lot to do with how you dress. So the first thing that I want to touch on is what are you doing to take care of yourself? And I know that the world tells us all these different things that we should be doing, how we should be filling our cups, what we should be doing, the self-care we should be doing, all of that. But it's going to be different for everybody. My flavor is not going to be the same as yours. So whatever it is that you're doing, is there something that you're doing on a regular basis to take care of you so that you can feel good about you? So that when you, like Macy said, when you look in the mirror, you can be like, okay, I really like that person because you're taking the time to really know her. Okay. The second thing is focusing on the good. Now, I know that we're all guilty of this, right? So when we look at our flaws, and I do this, like, especially as I'm getting older, I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, what is this that's happening right now? Like, I'm definitely have like wrinkles that I never had before, maybe gaining a little weight in some areas, whatever it is, or maybe mine is more my tone of my skin. Like your skin gets looser as you get older, and I'm like, I am not okay with that. But I focus on it, right? So we all have something that we maybe our body or how we feel about ourselves is not what it used to be. What is it for you guys? What is it that you're like, okay, that's not what it should be? And we only have a minute, so only one thing, because I know this, and see, this is the whole point, right? It's so much easier to focus on what's not good versus what's good. So what if each day your goal was, as you know, like Macy said, walking past the mirror, looking at herself and saying, okay, that is Macy. What is one thing that as you go past your mirror that you can say, I love that about myself? And you don't have to say it out in here. I mean, it can just be you have something that you really want to do, that you want to say, that you want to love about yourself, or you want to start noticing more the things that you appreciate, the things that you do like about yourself. And stay with me here, because I am going to get to some style stuff too. This is not just about feeling good, right? But it does start there. So the next thing is embracing your uniqueness. So we're all different. We are all completely different. So if I were to come to your house, one of your houses, what I would buy is going to be different versus what you would buy. Because I think this is the whole point, is we want to be able to, because our style is an expression of our personality. And I know we hear that all the time, but then how often do we look at somebody else and we're like, I want to do what that person's doing, or I want to be like that person, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the goal is to find out, to identify, what is it that makes you unique? What is it that makes you special? So to look at it that way, we all have different personalities. Brandon has talked about this in coaching, but we also have a style personality, and it doesn't just have to be one. This is the good thing, right? Because there are some days that I'm like, I'm feeling really fierce today, and I am going to put, like, I just bought these blingy green knee-high boots that I've not worn yet. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to wear them with. I think I'm going to a concert on Friday, so I think I'm going to wear them for that. I'm not sure how I'm going to put it together yet, but I'll post a picture, because I'm going to feel like that's going to be my personality for that day. So what is your style personality? Or what would you like it to be? Would you like it to be on some days a little bit more sassy than others? What is it that you would want to do? And I think when you ask yourself these questions, it kind of prompts, like, okay, when I go and look in my closet in the morning and I'm trying to put together an outfit, I kind of just evaluate the mood that I'm in, what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be going, what I want to feel like, and I pick my shoes and my clothes accordingly. Like, I don't know if you saw the post that I did today, that I have these leopard print shoes on with these bows, because I had an appointment and I was getting my lashes done today. And the lady that does my lashes was like, okay, those shoes are really cool, but I would never have thought to put them with that top. They actually don't go, but they kind of do. And I'm like, that's it. It's like, that's my personality, right? So what is your personality? Where to even begin?
Like mine changes based on the day, based on how I'm feeling. So for me, trying to put me in a box and like only give me like 3 words, like to encompass, I'm like, yo, I feel everything on the broad spectrum. So 3 words is not going to do it for me. It goes, I can be melancholy and want to wear something really dark and black and dramatic. And then the next day I'll be like happy, bright, and cheerful. So it's like, or sexy, bold, and out there. So for me, it's like, I can't just limit myself.
Yeah, no, and here's the great part.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should ever limit yourself to the different things that you do. It can be so many different things. That's the point. Because I think sometimes we feel like we have to fit in a box in order to conform. No, I'm sorry. I don't believe in conforming. Hi, Amanda. Okay, so then the next thing is do things that make you happy. When you're doing things that make you happy, you walk differently. You hold yourself differently. It's a lot easier to, like, have you ever noticed, have you ever tried to do something or think really hard about something when you're in a miserable place or you're feeling down?
Mhm.
Can you do it? I can't come up with anything when I'm feeling miserable. My brain does not work. So sometimes I'll go in my closet, or I'm trying to, when I used to work in corporate America, I would put together my outfit the night before, because I was never really a big morning person. And so I was like, okay, if I pick it out the night before, that way I don't have to worry what kind of mood I'm in the morning. So it was always easier for me to do, because sometimes you just don't feel like doing it. So when you're doing things that make you happy, it makes you want to be more fun, more playful, show your personality a lot more. Okay, and this is kind of, the next one is recognize that you may have more than one style personality. And so this is what you were saying, Macy, is what I was saying as well, is like, whenever you dress, you're telling the world exactly who you are and how you feel. So you're not going to feel the same all the time. So why would you dress the same all the time? You know, sometimes, you know, I have been known to wear flats. Sometimes I just feel like it, and that's okay. Not that there's anything wrong with wearing flats, but it just was never my thing before. But now I'm like, you know what? I just am feeling that today, and that's okay. And then I think also looking at ourselves and saying, where do I have expectations on myself? Where do I feel like I am putting expectations on how I should look or what I should do, who I should be? Because here's the thing is, when you let go of the expectations, you open up so many possibilities, because you can 100% change your personality. You can change your relationship with yourself. And you can change how you're expressing your style personality when you don't have any expectations about what you should and shouldn't do. Like, we see things, you know, in society about things that are, you know, I mean, when I was younger, I remember thinking, when I reach a certain age, women should not have long hair, because that's what, you know, you would see all these little grannies with the buns, and those grannies aren't that much older than I am now. And I'm like, there's no way I'm ever going to be doing that. Not that there's anything wrong, like my hair is, you know, tied up right now. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's like, why has society created these, you know, personalities, or these acceptable behaviors for style? Like, I think I've talked about this before. One of my favorite people in the world is Iris Apfel. And if you guys don't know who she is that lady that just passed away that was like 100. She would have white hair and she'd wear these big glasses, and she was a designer. And she just wore whatever she wanted. She was so out there, and it absolutely worked for her, because you know why? It's because she didn't place expectations on herself. She just was completely free to be who she wanted to be. And I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing that it's okay to do that. So with that comes the opportunity to look and try something new and not be afraid of trying something new. Because how do you know if it's going to work unless you've tried it? You may see it on somebody else and you may think, oh, that's really cute. And then you put it on and you're like, that's not going to work, or vice versa. Like, I know there's certain things that don't work for me just based on my experience and the things that I've tried. And so I kind of steer away from them. But for the most part, I will pretty much try anything. I'm feeling the real blingy, like loud things right now. So I may be posting more about that kind of stuff, just because I feel like I'm getting just more and more and more confident in what I'm wearing. You know, I went through a stage, and I think it was probably just because of COVID and how everybody kind of, you know, all the styles just kind of came down because people weren't really going out. I did dress up a little bit, but not a ton, just because I was feeling like maybe that's not what we should be doing. Maybe we should not be worrying about that kind of stuff, but it makes me feel good. let me ask you ladies, does it feel good when you know you look good?
Yes.
And when you look at yourself in the mirror, what thoughts come up as you see yourself looking good?
Hmm.
Or should we not be saying things like that? Like, I think that's another expectation society puts on us, is that, oh, we shouldn't be admiring ourselves too much.
It makes me want to do it more often.
Yeah.
And then I'm
I-
like, I tell my husband, you can tell me I look good. I know. Or you can touch my butt if you want.
I like that. I like that. And I bet he likes it too. Okay, so trying something new. So what is the worst that could happen? Like, you could try a different texture. I mean, do we stick to, sometimes I feel like we stick to the same old things, like the colors, textures, styles. Like, I know that my cousin was telling me, she found these pants that she liked and she bought 8 different pairs in different colors. And I was like, what? I love that you love them, but I could not do that. I could not do it because I'd be like wanting different styles. But I mean, not to judge, because obviously you can make them look different with a different top or whatever, but or different shoes, but it's just kind of interesting. I think we get stuck in a comfort zone. Any of you feel stuck in a style comfort zone? Things that are comfortable, like where you just kind of pick out the same things over and over. You
Yeah,
wear
I
things,
definitely do. Yeah,
you
I do
do?
that every day. I like everything comfy, casual, because it's just me. I'm a manager that works in the office, so I don't have to get dressed up. So I wear jeans every day. So, but I want to be comfortable.
I know, and that's hard, right? Because how do you be comfortable but also feel good and stylish? Because do you look, when you look at yourself in the mirror, do you feel good about how you're looking, or do you not even think about it?
Um, I make my decision probably 10 minutes before I have to leave the house. So, so I just try through. I wear like practically seems like the same clothes over and over again. You know, the same style. And I just figure, yeah, all right, I look decent. So I run out the door, you know. That's my extent of style, Monday through Thursday.
And then do you get more adventurous at the weekends?
Yeah, if I have some place to go, or like when I go to church on Sunday, I get more dressed up and take time to fix myself up a little more and stuff. Yeah.
And I get it. Sometimes our style can be almost like our uniform.
Yeah.
I know that when I was pregnant, and like, you know, Macy, I can totally relate, because sometimes you feel like no matter what you do, you're going to feel a little bit frumpy. But here's what I did when I was pregnant and I wasn't feeling like I wanted to go out and buy a bunch of clothes. I bought shoes. And I would buy shoes because I knew they would still fit me afterwards. And then I would dress in kind of just like an ordinary outfit. And this also works for you, Kathy, and what you were saying too. You just wear the outfit that you would normally do, but maybe buy a few pairs of fun shoes. So mix it up. So just so like, or a scarf or some kind of accessory that just makes it look a little different. And then you just are feeling like, okay, I feel like I'm kind of doing something today, just adding a little bit of something, a belt even, you know. It's just I always love to, you know, I will wear all black outfits sometimes just because I feel like it, but then I'll put on like a rainbow belt, or I'll wear my rainbow boots, or I'll wear red shoes or something that's just different, just to make me feel like, okay, if I need to remember who I am, I just need to look at my shoes, because that's me. That's my personality. Okay, so then the next thing is learn to be comfortable with who you are right now. We're going to have a progression in our lives, right? Like if you were to go back and look at pictures of yourself 10, 15, 20 years ago, you probably don't look the same as you do right now. You probably don't dress the same as you do. I don't know, maybe you do. But we're going to be different in certain ways. And so that means not comparing yourself. against somebody you think may have something that you don't have, whatever that is for you. Could it be that you feel like you don't have the money to go out shopping and this person does? Could it be that you feel like this person, has got the perfect body and you feel like you don't? Noticing when you are comparing yourself to others so that you can be aware of it. And then we go back to that other one where it's like, okay, look in the mirror and find that one thing about you that you like each day. So just bringing it back each day, because we're going to have those thoughts. We all compare, we all do. Social media is terrible about creating these scenarios where we look at the perfect life and think that that's their everyday life, and it most probably isn't. But we do that, we do for sure. So then trying something new. Again, I think we go back to this before about like trying different things, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. And then believe in you. Like, have you ever gone to a store? So I had this woman that I used to work with. And she would come in and she would think she was the cutest little thing. She wasn't a very nice person. This is why I'm kind of telling you this story. So anyway, she thought she was the cutest little thing, and she would come in and she'd be like, I've got this little outfit. And I was like, that's great, but it's not that cute. Okay. Anyway, she would come in and she would be wearing these little outfits. And I remember once she brought in the stylist to our work, and the stylist was telling all of these things. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound right. And really what they were doing is, going into a store or looking in a magazine and seeing an entire outfit that was either on a mannequin or was in a magazine and putting together the exact same outfit. And I was like, that's not really styling yourself, because all it's doing is copying what somebody else is doing. And I think we go back to looking at earlier where we were saying, just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean it's going to be right for you. That's why it's important to know who you are, what it is that you want to let the world know about you. Like I said, with my different personalities, when I'm feeling really sassy and I want people to know that I'm sassy, you can tell just by what I'm wearing. I'm not trying to do anything that somebody else is doing. Now, I may see something cute on somebody and be like, oh, I like that piece, I'm going to buy that piece, but I'm not doing the whole thing. Because here's the thing is, when you put together something because you've seen it, it doesn't mean you're going to like it when you get it on, and you're probably not going to feel comfortable in it. And when you don't feel comfortable, or you're trying to be something that you're not, you're going to be able to tell. Your confidence is not going to be where it should be, because you're going to be an imposter, basically. So really what it does is it moves you away from being an imposter or feeling like you're an imposter. So believing in yourself and knowing, okay, this is my body. I know what my body is like. So I know that I have a certain body shape. My body shape is this. These kind of clothes work with my body shape. Or this is my skin tone. This is what works with my skin tone. Because we're all going to be different. Like, do you notice how some colors work for you and not for others? And other people, maybe one of your friends wears a color all the time and you're like, that would never look good on me. That's because we're all different. We all have different skins. We all have different hair color, eyes. We all have different personalities. And so when you're comfortable in what looks good on you, what you feel comfortable with, you're going to walk differently. Have you ever noticed that? You ever noticed how differently you walk when you're like, okay, I'm feeling like I look good today. Amanda, I'm looking at you because I know I saw you walk in those boots that you were wearing. So yeah, you feel different?
Oh yeah, totally. My confidence level shoots right up. I feel really good and I love it. And yeah, it feels like you can take on the world. It's just getting past the worrying about everybody else and what they're thinking, right? That's like the biggest thing. But yeah.
Well, and that worrying about everybody else is really you just judging yourself. Because when you're judging yourself, you're going to be worried that other people are judging you. And it gets easier. The more you do it, you know, I mean, I know this sounds really weird, but I kind of welcome that, just because I'm like, all right, that means it's out there. I like it. That means that I'm doing my job, right? Because that is my personality. And not everybody is like me, and I get that. And not everybody wants to do the same things that I'm doing, but there are so many different ways to create your own unique style. But it's not just about picking out the clothes. And that was the whole point of my call today, is to let you know that there's really some things to explore, some questions. Hopefully you had some questions that you kind of thought of as I was speaking. Some of the things that you're like, maybe I can ask myself this as I'm shopping, or as I'm, out, or thinking about what I'm going to wear. Just a few different things. Like I'm seeing all of Macy's bracelets right now. Bracelets definitely add to an outfit too, like, or a necklace or earrings. And mine aren't really very big today, but they're little pearls to match my little top. But I like big earrings sometimes too. I think it really helps, and I think it's a statement. So kind of identifying, number one, if you want to make a statement, and if you do, what are you comfortable saying in your statement? Is it, I'm going to just do everything that's wild and out there? Or is it, okay, I'm going to stick to this one thing, and I'm going to try this one thing, and that's okay too. Whatever it is for you. Is it, I'm going to try a new texture or a new color? Is it, I'm going to try a new style? I've never done this before. Like, I'm really loving the wide leg jeans and pants right now. I think they're so cute, but I didn't used to like them. And the only way I knew I liked them is I wore them. So, and then I didn't go out and buy 8 different colors, but I do have quite a few. Some of them are jeans, some of them are pants, whatever. But what do you think is the one thing that you would like to do more than anything, and how you feel like would help you elevate your expression? Just one thing from each of you. What do you think?
I think for me, it's when I became a mom, it was like, oh, I'm not that person anymore, like who I used to be. I used to dress up to the nines, like bold colors, and I knew how to accentuate my body, and I killed it every single day. And then when I became a mom, I'm like, oh, drab colors, oh, this, that. And so for me, I'm thinking in my closet, like half of the stuff that's in there doesn't even make me feel vibrant and alive. So for me, I think it's getting out those ones out of my sight and seeing how it makes me feel, and then being able to replace them with with colors that make me feel alive, that make me feel bold and sexy and beautiful. I think that will help a lot. And then also going back to stores that I used to shop at before. I'm like, I don't like the Gap. Okay, Gap clothes are not me. They've never been me. They're my sister. And I started shopping there because she's like, oh yeah, they have such great clothes. That is not me. Like, I am not a Gap person. Gap is where I shop for my son because they have great deals on clothes. So for me, I think just incorporating shopping where I want to go shopping, what brings me alive. So those are definitely 2 things that I can switch out.
So you felt like an imposter because you were being like your sister? Yeah, so it's real, right? Imposter syndrome for sure.
And then I felt even uglier, even though it didn't change my face. It was just like on the inside, it was just like I felt blah.
Well, and I think that's one of the lies that we get told, is that when you become a mom, or, whenever you reach a certain age, that you should be behaving a certain way or wearing certain things. And I don't buy into that. You clearly know I do not buy into that. So anybody else have anything that they want to incorporate, or the one thing?
I mean, for me, I have had like closets and closets of shoes that I've collected. Don't wear nearly enough. I have jewelry that I've collected that just sits in a box. And the only thing that I've ever felt really comfortable expressing myself with is sunglasses. Like I've always got sunglasses and I always wear them and I love expressing myself with them. But since I got back from California, Michelle, I have been wearing my jewelry more, like actually going into my jewelry box and playing with my jewelry and putting my shoe closet together and actually trying to wear something other than flip-flops out the door
I love it.
every day, you know? So it's just being conscious. But like you said earlier, it's okay to feel like I'm a country girl too. So I like all the princessy, dress-up-y, all the accessories, everything, but like I can rock leggings and a sweater and go have a fire, and that's okay too, right? It's like getting to that point where you don't have to just be one way. Like it's the comfort of what makes you feel good. And so for me, I've just been incorporating, you know, the one time a week that I actually leave my house now is I make a point that I get up and I'm putting on a pair of heels and putting on something nice out of my closet that I feel good and confident in, and I'm going into public wearing
Nice.
it. And it's made a huge difference. Yeah, it's been awesome just exploring things that I've had for 20 years that I've never, I don't know if anybody else collects shit that they don't wear or use, and it just sits there and it's like, nope, now I'm going to use it, you know? And even my husband is like, wow, you look really good today. Like, where are you going? Just going to Starbucks. Nowhere special. I'm just going to sit at Starbucks.
It's for me. It's for me, right?
It's for
Yes.
me. It's not for anybody else, but I felt really good in it. So that's what I incorporate.
Awesome. Awesome. Christina, Kathy, either of you got anything?
I try to incorporate jewelry because I've been buying a lot of longer earrings since I grew my hair longer and stuff. So I do have a lot of jewelry too. And now in the summertime here, I live in the East Coast, so it's just starting to get warm. And, you know, then I'll have short sleeves on or something. So I have a lot of pretty bracelets that I've been buying. It seems during the wintertime, I don't wear all that stuff because I have long sleeves on and sweaters. But, you know, I like accessorizing with jewelry. I don't have a lot of fancy shoes. I like Clark's and they're very comfortable, but they're not really that stylish, I noticed, you know, type of thing. So, so I have to update my shoe wardrobe, I think, too, to go with a lot of my cute jeans that I've been buying.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, you can get like the kitten heel, like the really small heel is
Mhm.
so in. So it's not like everything has to be high heels in order for it to be stylish, right? I mean,
Right.
it's just fun to explore and see what works for your feet. You can still find comfy that are not Clark's.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for them.
All right, awesome. Okay, what about you, Christina?
So that's my problem is shoes. I am short and I have worn heels my whole life, and now I feel like my feet are killing me for it. But I work in downtown DC when I do go in, and it's a lot of walking, so it's hard to find. And I take the train in, so it's kind of just this. I don't have it down. I don't have it figured out with the shoes, and I don't have a permanent like workspace there where I could just have an extra pair of comfy shoes to throw on. So that's a challenge for me is the shoes. But I went shopping with a friend and she got me into jewelry. So what I did recently was get some of my grandma's jewelry resized to fit me. And so it's like, you know, just kind of just stuff that's special and stuff that I'm trying to incorporate. I'm usually just a like plain Jane type of jewelry, diamond earrings all the time. And a couple I have different necklaces I change out, but kind of just plain Jane and nothing besides my wedding ring. So I'm adding some of those jewelries. I got them just resized, and I'm excited to start incorporating that into my accessories.
Awesome. Well, and we're coming into spring right now. Well, it is spring, but we're coming into warmer weather. So colors, there's so many colors out there too, right? We can try all the different colors. Like I love to explore colors at different times of the year. And so, you know, it doesn't have to be a crazy, crazy thing that we do, right? When it's not like suddenly you're going to be this one style and then the next day you're going to be this. It's like, it's almost like an evolution. If you want to elevate anything in your life, it's got to be an evolution. And the same goes with your style. So just looking at exploring is an awesome step. like incorporating new things and doing new things, because I promise you, the more that you do it, the more good you will feel about yourself. And then the more likely you are to do more things, if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to continue to post inspiration about outfits and clothes. And I am launching a coaching program in the next few weeks, actually, that's going to be based on styling and doing different things. So stay tuned for that. And then stay tuned, because I'll probably be doing some more live calls and just some more free calls with some content and little snippets here and there. And feel free to DM me with anything that you feel like you may want to know about as well, right? Because, you know, I don't know if you know this, but I did write a blog a few years ago, and I have a lot of different content on my blog that's got a lot of different topics, and it's really kind of fun. So I have a lot of content that I can pull from. So for sure, let me know if there's anything that you think of. I hope that you got something useful tonight. I hope it was beneficial for you, and I hope you had fun. I had fun. I've always have fun when I'm talking about style and fashion and pretty much anything, really. Just when I'm talking, I think. So anyway, there's that. So have an amazing evening, ladies, and I will see you soon. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Michelle.